So it's been about 3 weeks now since the Iranian people stood up against the Islamic regime and started protesting and being slaughtered by the thousands. That includes women and children. And I understand that paying attention to these things does not feel good and it's not positive and it might make you feel uncomfortable or, bring your energy down. But that's not the answer to ignore it. I'm not saying that people got to get up here and speak like I am on it. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is we are to pay attention. We are not to turn our eyes the other way and act like it's not happening. To act like if I don't look at this, then in some way, it makes it all better. People are still being slaughtered as I speak. The numbers constantly rising. The low end was like 3 to 12,000 in the beginning. Then it went from 12 to 20 to 50,000. Now it's up from 20,000 on up. And that's from the protesters who I believe, not this Islamic regime who's claiming 3,000 or so deaths, which is also insane. Come on, man. The people who got injured in these protests are in the hospitals. And while they're in the hospitals, they're going in there killing them. But these sneaky, lying people gotta justify this somehow. So they're going in there with paperwork, trying to get the people to sign this paperwork, declaring that the protesters in the hospital are Israeli spies and informants of some kind. This way they can justify these murders. There's children out here dying, women out here dying, elderly out here dying, young men, old men. I mean, this is just bad, man. This is just bad. This is terrible. And then we just go ahead and ignore it and think that we'll never see nothing like this. Because you see, as Americans, and we'd be right to think this, our mindset is, man, they ain't coming over here with that. And you better believe they ain't coming over here with that in that fashion. But what they are doing is playing chess while we play checkers, while we're over here watching TikTok and eating pancakes. They're over there training their children to hate us when they come out of the womb, okay? And they are training them in warfare. They are literally have a whole 4-phase plan that they use to come and conquer the West. You see, they don't come towards the West like they do in their own countries. They go over there with that barbaric mentality and do it in that fashion. Over here, it's a different set of rules. You see, they send the peaceful Muslims in, they come in, they integrate, they assimilate to a degree, all right? And they get us comfortable with their presence. They get us comfortable with seeing mosques being raised up, halal foods and all this nonsense, all right? Let me say, yeah, respect their religion, respect their religion. You gotta give respect to get respect. They don't respect our religion. They don't respect Christianity, which it is what America was built on. But yet, we just sit back and expect the government to do everything for us. And then we turn around when we don't like what the government's doing and just talk against the government constantly. It's like, what is it? Do you want the police to come to your aid or do you not? All right. I feel that We, the people, need to make a stand against this. Not just wait on daddy to come through and take care of things for us. Because they don't have to live around the circumstances that we will live around. So they ain't gonna act in the same fashion as we would. They don't have the same concerns that we would while living among these things. If we get to live among these things. Because once it gets to a certain point, and once the threshold gets reached and the Muslims become the majority in any of your communities, you will see that switch get flipped. And them once peaceful Muslims ain't gonna be so peaceful no more. Because they never were. It's all an agenda. All you need to do is do this much research to understand Islam will be the army of Satan and the Antichrist in these end times. It is Islam we'll be fighting against. Y'all remember I said that. Y'all remember I said that. Because I'm telling you, that's what it will be. That is what it will be. This is no different. This is no different from what's been happening forever. Look at what's happening all around the world. What makes y'all think America is any different? Look at the whole of Europe right now. It's unrecognizable. It's unrecognizable. And I don't believe it's okay to wipe out any culture. Any culture. And I'll make this clear. Islam is an enemy to me because Islam is an enemy to my God. Islam is an enemy to my God. Where we ignore that at? Where all of a sudden we start ignoring that at as Christians? It is an enemy to our God. Frankly, I'm tired of seeing people get killed for standing up for freedom. I'm tired of seeing people get killed because they believe in a cause that is just and morally right. And these Islamic nutbags just don't seem to care about human life. There's even reports, and this is unconfirmed, that they are using some type of radiation, nuclear radiation thing and making the people ingest it and burning them from the inside out. What in the world, man? This is literally instilling fear tactics into these people. That's what they're doing. This is fear tactics, instilling fear into these people so that they will never, ever think about protesting again. Yet these brave people still out there getting it. I only ask one thing, man. Do your research so you can see what's happening. Looking the other way don't make it go away. It don't make it go away. And I understand that some of y'all might not support what I'm saying. That's cool, man. That's cool. You know, and I also understand that this is a very unpopular topic. I knew this going into it. In fact, when I started talking about Jesus Christ, I knew that. This ain't never been about views for me. It's always about a message. And this one deserves immediate attention right now. Because there's too many lives being lost. Too many. And the thing is, I just don't feel like this is sitting in for Americans. We just don't even want to feel bad. We don't even want to have bad vibes. So we ignore it. Come on, man. Look, I love y'all. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Y'all have a blessed one, man.